Hey everybody, this is Harshit and welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we will be diving into a tool called Buzz. You might have already seen Buzz everywhere, and this tool is basically a Slack killer is what they say, which integrates with your Hermes agent, with your OpenClaw agent, and sits on your desktop, and it's also completely open source. And the best part is it's actually a tool by Block, and Block is by Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, right? So that's why it's just all over the place. Everyone's talking about this tool, and it looks very similar to Slack, right? And it's the way they claim it, it's called an communication platform, right? So I haven't set this up just yet. It's a very new, I think it's just been out for like 2 weeks, right? It's just been 2 weeks since it's out there, and I think there are already 22,000, right? I am going to go ahead and build this out for myself and run it on my own computer and add in my own Jarvis, my own Hermes agent into it, and then see how it actually works and if it's even worth the hype. I'll also show you and walk you through the entire setup process. I think you guys already know that I'm a complete non-coder, and I would just be able to do this using prompting and all the harnesses that I've built in. So let's just go ahead and dive into this. The first thing that I see, it's an Apache license, right? It's not an MIT. MIT license means it's fully open source. You can build on top of it. You can commercialize it. You can just do whatever you want with it. But this is an Apache license, and I'm not fully sure what an Apache license is. I understand what it is. You can't fully commercialize it, but I do want to check this out as well. I want to do a complete rundown with my agent and set this up in itself, right? So I would be using Codex for this. I have my entire Codex. This is the Codex that I'll be using. I would be setting this up using 5.6 on extra high, right? And one thing that you can see is I do have my Hermes agent right here. This Hermes agent, this is running on my virtual machine. So that is connected to my local, right? So this is not running on my own computer. This is Hermes that's running on its own virtual machine, right? On a different server. So that's what this is. And I want to run Buzz on Hermes, but I want to use the desktop version right here on this Mac. So that's the goal for this one. So let's go ahead and do that, right? I am just going to start a completely new chat right here in my private chat inside my Mac, not inside Hermes. Actually gets me thinking, should I just use the Hermes agent itself to set this up directly? I think we can do that. Let's go ahead and do that. And of course, I would be using a Whisper Flow for this, a Whisper Flow alternative, and something that I've been using for a while right now. I want to just go ahead and build out my own Whisper Flow version of it. So that's something that I want to do. But for now, let's go ahead and do that. You can see Hermes, it's a remote repository, and it's on a server that says Jarvis Brain. So let's test this out. Hey Jarvis, I am currently shooting a video while I'm going to install something right now. So please do not display any sensitive information in your chat, because this is completely being screen shared, right? Just keep that in mind. And next, I'm going to exactly tell you what repository we have to dive into. Are you up for this? Yeah, that's the prompt. All right, perfect. It already knows me. I think it's just good that I'm using the Jarvis agent, because Jarvis already knows about me. Like you can see, just talks to me like how it, Jarvis talks to Iron Man. So that's how I'm doing it. All right. For now, let's just go ahead and Buzz it. And then let me give it a prompt saying, can you do a deep dive into what exactly does this even do? So I do understand that this is like a Slack alternative, but can you just give me a couple of pointers what this is? Another thing is, what exactly is an Apache 2.0 license? Can I build my own version of this, and then can I just distribute this? Because I also want to build my own community version where I have like a calendar integration and all of that. So can I use Buzz for that as well? Can you clearly tell me if that's possible? And I think there's also a mobile app version for this, right? Just confirming. And just give me a rundown on how the architecture looks like and how with you properly. And I hope you understand. I want to run this entire Buzz inside your virtual machine while I have the desktop app on my Mac. So please understand that, and then now give me a complete rundown. So I think you guys understand what I'm doing, right? I want to run this on the virtual machine, but the desktop version should be on my Mac. So let's see what it's. Yeah, that's 5.6 Sol working properly. Establish what Buzz actually is versus a Slack alternative. Okay, trace its services, data flow, deployment model, and client support for code and docs. Separate what Apache 2.0 license permits, okay, from trademark, notice, and third-party license constraints. Okay, let's give that a second. I think it's reading through the documentation. Buzz, right? And AI agents, workflows, Git activity. Yeah. And another thing I found out was it does have a mobile version as well. What you can do is you can just take the mobile code, this one right here. You can just take the code of the mobile and you can, ask your agent or ask your Claude or Codex to build out a Swift UI version of this so that it just runs on your iPhone, right? So that's something pretty cool that you can try out. So that's something I still want to give it a try. Okay. One important correction is already clear. Buzz it's broader than a Slack code, a clone. Its core abstraction is a signed event workspace where people, AI agents, let me actually zoom in on this a little bit. Workflows, Git activity, and media and chat all normally launches local agents. But I'm just curious, like, how is this even different from the Hermes workflow, right? I think I do have Hermes. Yeah, maybe I've deleted it. But I used to have the Hermes application as well. Wasn't really a big fan of it. I could just simply use Codex. I think this is something that can be useful, right? If I am delivering something for enterprise clients, and let's say enterprise clients want their own version, their own Slack version where their entire memory is stored in their own server, this is super powerful because the entire conversations, it all happens on that server. So, I mean, if it's Slack, right? And then, all the information is living, all the data, all the information, it's living inside Slack's server, right? But let's say you are setting up your own virtual machine where your Hermes already has all of your data, and then you put this tool on top of your Hermes agent, then it just has this entire shared context and shared memory. I think that's why this is super powerful, right? I think it's just gonna change the way we, interact with agents and how we, task agents as well, right? I've actually seen a couple of these videos and I was super curious about this, so I definitely want to give this a shot, right? One thing I did come across is it says Nostr. Oh, by the way, right, chat, can you explain me what Nostr is? What exactly is Nostr? And also, I have heard something that says that behind the scenes, they are using some kind of blockchain technology to, to make sure all the agents are actually working. And I think it stores some kind of data or something. I'm really not sure what that is. Can you explain that to me first? Okay, because I've actually seen that whoever is deploying the agents, they would be deploying the agents, and then the person who's deploying the agents will be accountable for all the agents that they're deploying, right? Whatever the agent is doing. So there's someone who's accountable for all of the work that's going on. So I think that can be super useful in teams, right? Okay, Nostr stands for Notes and Others Transmitted by Relays. Okay, it's a communication protocol, like a shared language that apps, servers, people, and agents can use to exchange signed messages. The simple mental model, Nostr has three main pieces: the client, the relay, and the identity key pair. The application you use, such as the Buzz desktop client. Relay is a server that receives and stores and distributes the event. Key pair is a public key, identifies you. A private key signs your actions. Got it. Nostr, instead of creating an account with an email address and password, a Nostr identity is fundamentally a cryptographic key. Understood. So public key is your identity and may be shared. The private key proves that you're control. And okay, now I'm just going to ask it a very dumb question, right? Is there a gas? Okay, Nostr is not blockchain. So there's no mining, of course, there's no gas. That would have been crazy, right? Although, I was in blockchain, I think. Being in crypto, looking at something like that, gas fee kind of makes you cry. Because every time there's a message, it's, honestly not usable, right? Okay, I think it's transmitted messages. Understood, I think I got the concept now. Alright, I think I got the concept, but let's just look at what this says, right? I'll close the side chat. What exactly is this? Okay, Apache, can you fork and distribute it? Yes. Apache 2.0 permits you use Buzz privately, modify it, host it commercially, sell hosting or support, distribute the modified source, distribute compiled desktop mobile servers binaries, keep your modifications private, license your original editions under different terms. Got it? It's not copyright theft license. You are not automatically required to publish your modified source, including the Apache 2.0 license. Preserve relevant copyrights, patent, trademark, and attribution, and add prominent notices. Okay, got it. My recommendation is to give your distribution an entirely new name. Got it. We give it a completely new name, logo, bundle identifier. Okay, that's okay. I think it makes sense. We'll do that later. But for now, I think this completely makes sense. The last public desktop release is verified. Okay, 31st July. Okay, are there risks? Buzz is attractive for Jarvis, but it's not a boring production nature Slack replacement. Built-in relay rate limiting is not implemented. Some workflow approvals functionality is incomplete. I think we can build these up, right? We can just build all of that. Send DM and set channel topic workflow actions are okay. Voice recording is not implemented. Mobile distribution is not turnkey. I mean, honestly, all of this I can build out later. Let me add this to the chat and just say, I think I still want to give it a try because all of this I can just go ahead and build this out, right? Now the safest sequence, like you say, let's go ahead and deploy this privately on the same virtual machine that you live on, which is the Jarvis. Host this on Jarvis Brain right now. And then I'll be working on the Mac desktop client as well. But for now, let's go ahead and deploy this on your server. Yeah, okay. Stuff you do, okay. Look inside. I've honestly seen people even having huddle conversations inside this as well. I think that's going to be crazy, right? Okay, so Buzz better. One community, one identity model, one event log. Humans, agents, workflows, and repos all speak the same protocol, sign with the same kind of key, and end up in the same search index. Okay, got it. 3 little stories. Okay, what works? Relay, channels, threads, all of that. Being wired up. Okay, mobile. Strong opinions, pending code, ends, deploy. Yeah, you can deploy on Railway if you want to, but I can just keep this here. Okay, architecture, human client, the clients, scripts, command line interfaces. Got it. This is one thing that's super important, which is Buzz on your desktop will be able to access the command line interface. It would be able to access my Codex. It can go ahead and create as many chats it wants. It can do the work on Codex and then come back and bring the information back to Buzz. Right, I think that's another really good feature as well. Okay, port 3000 is already occupied. Okay, but until then, let's chat. I actually want to do a little bit more Q&A with this, right? Now that we understand this, let me ask this. Okay, this is perfect. Next thing about this is I want to go ahead and create my very own desktop app, like some kind of Harshit community. That's what I'm actually looking to create, right? I want to create a community version of my own, and I also want to wrap it as a complete new mobile application and a complete new desktop application as well. So is it easy to go ahead and modify this code in such a way where I can add like a calendar where, calendar, let's say I'm hosting office hours. Can they go ahead and, participate in the office hours? And I want to gate this as a payment method where I want to use Stripe, and only the ones who are paying monthly would be able to access my platform. Is all of this possible with this code? And everyone who's using my app will also, be able to download the application as well. And the entire thing should be able to, right? But my question is again, it can have agent, but I primarily want to use this as a community tool, like my very own community tool where I give people resources, I do all of that. I can have my own agent there inside that as well. But you tell me if this is possible, because I want to have my own kind of channel for this. Yeah. Okay, the deployment configuration now validates 5 isolated services, the exact bus relay image matching the inspected commit, and only at 3030. I hope not public. I hope that's not a public port. Okay, let me check this. Yes, sir. It is completely possible with Buzz, but it is not a simple theme change. You would be turning Buzz into a branded subscription-based community product. Harshit community could include public and members-only channels, announcements, a structured resource library, office hours calendar, RSVP, monthly Stripe subscriptions, premium channel access, desktop app for Mac, Windows, and Linux, and mobile app for iOS. A Jarvis agent inside selected channels, search, DM, forum, media, notifications. Yeah, I think that's the architecture that I'm thinking of. Just say, okay, this is great. Go ahead and save this to memory. But until then, let's just check this out. The stack is healthy. Operations created 54 database tables. The relay advertises its Nostr capabilities, and The bundled web surface answers successfully. One verification query used on outdated membership column assumptions. The deployment itself is healthy. I'm correcting the checks. Generate and protect deployment credentials. Verify containers, and then record the deployment state and provide the MAC connection handoff. Yeah. So here's my plan right now. Okay. I'm going to take the MAC handoff that it's going to give me, and I would be asking it to create a new chat inside Codex itself somewhere here, right? Because see, this Hermes agent is living on a different virtual machine. Deploy the app on my Mac, it's not going to be able to do it because this is not on my Mac. But the other chats are on my Mac. And how do I identify it? With this small blue icon right here, the globe icon, the connectivity icon that you can see. These are all the tasks and chat that live in the Hermes agent right now, right? So this is a cloud version of Codex. I think that launched about 2 or 3 months ago. I think a very cool feature there. Yeah, it just gave me Buzz deep dive memory. That is sorted. Let me close that chat right now. And let's just understand this for now. Okay, that's its socket. Locally at services healthy, 0 unhealthy states, bound only to loop back, no accidental public exposure. Database migrations completed, 54 tables. Owner identity bootstrapped, restart, automatic restart policy, credentials stored with restricted permissions. Existing virtual machine services were preserved. Okay, Mac cannot connect yet because the relay is intentionally private. Tailscale is available on this virtual machine. So the next safest step is to expose Buzz exclusively through Tailscale, then installing desktop on your Mac and transferring the protected owner identity. Okay, that's a lot to do. Let me see if I have Tailscale on my, I think I do have Tailscale on my iPhone as well. And I think I can just go ahead and use this. It's gonna create a VPN out of your network, so it's a secured network connection only with the different servers, but in that IP itself. So that's what Tailscale does, right? Let me ask this again. All right, I think this is perfect. My question is, can you go ahead and create the chat inside the Codex app? Create this in the app. Like, can you hand this over to the Codex app? Or should I create a new chat and then give your session ID to it so that you guys can communicate? Because what I want to do right now is I just want to get the desktop app up and running on my MacBook right now. So what I'm going to do is maybe I'll just create a new chat and then connect that chat with the chat inside this so they can now communicate. And if they can communicate, and I'll be able to do it. You do not need to create a chat manually or pass session ID. I can create a new Codex task in app and hand it complete deployment context. Okay, is it gonna do that? Let's check. It's automatically compacting. Install Buzz Desktop on your Mac and connect it privately to Jarvis Brain without exposing credentials. Creating a chat, but where will the chat go? I'm really curious because I haven't tried this. It is able to do that. Let me just go ahead and move it to the top. Yeah, and let's only work on these chats right now, these pinned chats. Yeah, right here. Let's work on these. Yeah, I think the chat has been transferred. This as well. So again, this prompt, I didn't give. This entire prompt was given by Jarvis itself, right? So not technically Jarvis, it's Codex that lives inside Jarvis with the same context. Let's see what the prompt says. You are the dedicated Codex task for setting up desktop app on Harshad's MacBook and connecting it privately to the existing Buzz deployment on Jarvis Brain. Address Harshad has Sir. Keep every message and command safe for screen sharing. Never print password tokens, private keys, identity secrets, cookies, OAuth codes, or raw environment values. Do not open or display sensitive files. Okay, that's good. Determine the Mac architecture and Tailscale state using safe check. Install the correct official signed notarized Buzz desktop. Establish the private MAC to relay access over Tailscale. Pair or import the owner identity securely without showing into the chat. Yeah, the reconnecting, this happens sometimes, guys, but I think the idea, it'll be able to do the entire thing now. We're installing Mac client and giving it private path. I'll inspect only Mac, Tailscale, private, Jarvis. Okay, sir, the Mac is Apple Silicon running on Mac OS 26 and Tailscale is not currently installed or Tailscale installation is required. Okay, Tailscale is not working on my MacBook yet. It's not installed. So it's going to install it for us. So let's just give it a second before installing anything. Now identifying Buzz official upstream and desktop apps exec connection. Okay, that lets me verify the release and avoid guessing how. TLS. I'm not sure what TLS is. Let's ask it in the chat. What exactly is this TLS? Can you explain this in simple terms? Let's check what that means. Okay, the provenance check found. TLS stands for Transport Layer Security. Is the technology behind padlock in the HTTPS website. Okay, WebSocket, ordinary WebSocket connection. WSS is WebSocket protected by TLS. Got it. Basically like the HTTPS. Understood. Okay, I think we're getting close. I'm downloading the Apple Silicon DMG into the tasks. Okay, into this task private folder. Verify its digest and then ask macOS. Okay, Buzz desktop is now installed. Let's see if it is. Yeah, Buzz is now installed, and that's the team ID accepted by Gatekeeper. I want to go ahead and open it right now. Let me open. Yeah. Okay, Tailscale is also in. Let me open Buzz. I honestly don't like the. I do not like the. Yeah. I think I'm gonna move away from Slack and then just use Buzz. Honestly, can I just move? Yeah. Okay. Using the computer control skill. Yeah, it's just doing it, guys. Right now, at this point, it's just doing it itself. So let me just give it a second, and it's just gonna go ahead and do the entire thing by itself. Yeah. Basically, it's just using the computer skill, and it's inspecting and it's doing everything by itself. Okay. Let me just keep that. Yeah. This is another UI change that it just created. Buzz looks really good. Yeah. Yeah. This is also opened by Codex. Let me remove this. All right, I'm gonna move that on a different screen, but you can see it's still working, right? It's doing the entire thing by itself. That is Codex keys. Under the key, it's gonna add the keys. It's crazy. I think the UI is really good. Okay, I'm just gonna wait on it. Honestly, let me just open it. I think that's the max I can do. Yeah, shared. It's open. Okay. That's the team ID. It's reading the memory. Okay, I'm checking whether Jarvis Brain existing Tailscale installation is online and whether it supports. Okay, here it shows that it didn't open it like this. Yeah, let's give. Okay, it's our desktop and Tailscale are installed, signed and notarized. Both require Tailscale login. No identity secret has been transferred. Please confirm. Okay, it's asking me to do this. I think it's waiting for. May I enable Tailscale on both devices? Configure the private WSS root and import the owner keys into Buzz macOS using the temporary protected file. Yes, absolutely. Go ahead and do the entire setup right now. I am actually shooting this while this is entirely going on. I am currently recording this as a YouTube video. I mean, I will be changing the keys later anyways, so you're absolutely free and completely finish the entire setup. And I would also suggest if you can use computer use, because showing that in the video would just be nice. I think the audience would love seeing something like the computer use and then setting both of them up would be really cool to see. Yeah, until then, quickly before it does computer, you do that, and let me just move this here. Yeah, I think that's the max I can. Yeah, I just want to show you guys like how it looks like, because I want you guys to see how good the entire computer use skill is, right? Okay, this is something that I have created. I've created a custom skill that every time it does something, it has to give me a sequence, right? Enable Tailscale and then join Jarvis Brain to the same tailnet. Tailscale would like to add your VPN configuration. Allow. I'm just going to click on allow. Yeah, but this is the map of how it's going to build the entire thing out, which is cool. Yeah, I can just wait on it. It's going to do the entire process itself. Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah, hands off. Guys, it's doing it by itself. I think that's honestly crazy. I am using AI to set AI up itself. Right? I think we are in singularity at this hour. We have entered singularity at this point where the AI can just build itself and then just keep improving itself, right? So it's definitely doing that. And I think, I honestly think being at the forefront of AI is very important, because it's getting crazy, guys, and you have to, there's no other choice, right? You have to be at the forefront of AI, exactly what's happening, all of that, right? And honestly, if you guys do want to do that, I mean, I would actually suggest you guys go ahead and subscribe to my newsletter. So this is a newsletter that I write, every 2 days, where I ship out a newsletter about what the latest things in AI is, and then you can just go ahead and subscribe to it. It's a very small read of what I've actually done. So I write this myself and then go ahead and publish this. Once again, this is a tool that I built out myself using vibe coding. So a very good read, I would say. If you want to subscribe, just go to harshit.com/subscribe, or you'll also find the link in the description as well. So just subscribe to this and you'll be getting quick notes about AI every day in your. Okay, so while this is happening, okay, authentication in progress. A browser should be open to complete the process. This window will close automatically when you have successfully authenticated. Sir, the visible. Okay, is it doing the flow as well? Let me see. Is there a Chrome tab open? Because it said browser, it might also be browser use as well. So let's check. Okay, still not connected. I don't know why it's just taking some time. Once again, it's the first time I am, setting this up. So I have no clue how to set this up. I'm just waiting, for the AI to help me do it. And once I do this, I'll be able to do it others for my clients and for other enterprises who approach me as well. So that's the reason I test everything out by myself first and only for other people. Okay, let me close this for a second so that everything is in the same, not connected. Yeah, I think that's such good UI that they've built out. Okay, waiting for the private VPN. I'm thinking about how to implement a delay. Okay, I think that's Tailscale settings. I'm gonna set things up with Tailscale as well. VPN on demand, Tailscale lock, CLI integration, manage Tailscale from terminal. I think that's very important. At this point, CLI is so good, right? You just have to use, okay, is this using test tailnet, email, status, server, and expiry? I think it's gonna set all of that up for us now. I'm gonna keep the chat open. I think it's easier for you guys, look at the chat and see what it's doing, because it also has the screen. That's such a good UI, addition that the Codex team has added in. That's what just makes me use Codex a lot more than Claude Code. Claude Code is boring, guys. I mean, I used to like Terminal before, but I think it's just pleasing on the eyes, honestly, seeing something like this. It's easy to use. It's a very fluid, right? And that's the reason I use this a lot more than Claude Code. Sonnet might be good. Opus 5 might be good. Fable might be good, but CLI, I'm not a big fan of it. Okay, add current Tailscale account, open CLI settings. Okay, I'm considering if OpenSheet is properly represented on Mac. Okay, I think it's doing all of that. Let me check what it's doing. Command line integration, yes. Add Tailscale command path. Okay, window hide a dock icon. It shows the dock. Not a big fan of so many things on my dock. It's gonna finish the CLI setup, and then I believe it's gonna move on to creating those private keys and buzz. Okay, process, guys, how long? I think it's already been 37 minutes, right? 37 minutes. Maybe I'll chop out something, but I think it's almost been about, and it's still doing it, right? It's still building all of that. Let's see what it's next. Inspect Mac OS VPN settings. Right, let's wait for the Mac OS VPN settings. I think I look into my settings and everything for right now. Let's see. And I think you do have to give it access to computer. Okay, I think it's gonna enable Tailscale. Let's give that a second. Why does it have to see what Outline server does? Because Outline is another tool that I used to use a lot. Maybe is it gonna remove the configuration? Tailscale. I think it didn't figure out. Okay. There are 2 cursors at this point, 3 including mine. I'm curious to see what it's doing. Okay, understood Tailscale. And now what? Now what is it going to do next? Remove configuration? Why is it removing the configuration now? Not super sure on why it's removing the configuration. That's interesting. It just removed the configuration. Confirmed Tailscale profile set. I'm thinking about managing Tailscale accounts. The UI worked. I could remove the account directly. Is it because the command line interface is now set up? That's why is it removing this? Okay, I think maybe the prompt, to use computer use. Computer use is very slow compared to command line interface. Command line interface works very quickly. It's command line, right? Whatever types in the command, it has to execute that. If it doesn't work, it's gonna, throw an error. And it's just, the iteration process is much faster than what you're seeing right now using browser. So let's see. I think the allowing part, I think I am supposed to do that. Is it gonna do it? Do it. Let me allow it. Or you know what, honestly, let me just help it out a little bit. Let me just turn on. Okay, I have a question. I think it's been going in circles. Is Tailscale not properly, or can you just do this via command line interface even quicker? Please confirm. Prompt, can you please confirm if the computer use is taking a lot of time, or can you do this quicker using command line interface? If you can do this much quicker using CLI, please proceed to do so. Okay. If CLI is a better option, because CLI on the Jarvis Brain and CLI on, the Codex Mac app, it's just going to become easier. Computer use was still useful. It showed 2 VPN profiles. Let me identify and preserve the unrelated outline VPN. Okay, now use bounded sanitized CLI so nothing hangs the no authentication URL or secret is printed. Yes. Okay, it's connected. Some reason did it work? Not really. It's working on it. Okay, it's installing Tailscale, a CLI. I think you do need Codex for this. You need Codex CLI on your machine and on your server machine as well. Only then it's going to properly work. If not, it's difficult to set it up, right? I think that's one. The setup process is a little tedious. You have to know how to, set everything up, right? So just wait for it. You'll be able to do it. It's still on accounts. Cursor is still on accounts for some reason. Steps to go: authenticate Jarvis Brain and create the private TLS WebSocket. Tails import the owner identity through a protected file into macOS keychain. Connect desktop and verify. Write the dated Jarvis Brain completion note and report verified state. Yeah, I think we're getting close, guys. It's running homebrew commands to go ahead and install Tailscale. Yeah, I think the CLI has been installed. Prepare targeted Tailscale reset. Okay, and is this browser use again? I think it's using browser use. Maybe it figured it out. Quit Tailscale for reset. I'm thinking about removing the account button since it's clickable. And after resetting, okay, this is truncated. I'm not able to read this. I'm not able to expand on it. But again, I'm doing all of this together. So this, honestly, it says 9 hours as a goal, but it's been working more than 28 hours. It's been working for more than 28 hours, this single chat. It's working, it's completely working on an app that I'm building. Right. Okay. Quit Tailscale for reset. All right, guys. So I think it just took some time to set it up and username as well. I just added my own username as my first name, Harshit. And this is how it looks like. Honestly, nothing too special. I don't really see anything special right now. All I see right now is just the community URL if someone wants to join the community, and I can add another community or create another new community. The general chat looks something like this. There's welcome here and welcome everyone. Okay, this looks cool. I mean, create an agent, create with Fizz to what you need. Fizz can prepare draft and review and edit for you. That's good. Okay, Fizz, Honey, and Bumble, these are the agents. I mean, try to create another agent. Okay, you can create another agent. That looks cool. I think it's almost done running. Good news, sir. Buzz desktop now has established socket and the private relay. The screenshot caught the previous failed attempt. So I did add in a screenshot. There was an error that just came up. It said, it just figured it out. It fixed it for me. And now it's complete. Buzz bundled with CLI to verify authentication, send and receive harmless test message. I'll keep channel context and identity material out of the terminal output. Okay, let me go try test it out. Let me talk to Fizz, right? Fizz, say hi, Fizz. Wait, that was quick. Okay, I see it's not connected. Let's try to edit the agent right now. Okay, looks like none of it is properly connected. Fizz is not really connected, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I honestly don't know any of these, built-in agents, because I already have my own agent, which is Jarvis, which is already running on the same VPS as this. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to tell it, okay, this is great. I think there are already some pre-built agents that I can see, but I do not like any of them. And I just said hi in the channel to one of these agents, and it threw out an error saying needs configuration. But I want you to go ahead and connect Jarvis inside Buzz, so that one of the agent, the primary agent, should be Jarvis. I should be able to talk to it, connect with it, and chat with it completely, and it should properly function as how Jarvis functions. So can you go ahead and add this for me? Okay, I think this is pretty cool, guys. And now once this honestly builds out, right, what I can do is I can build out my very own private, workspace, right? This is not just simple application. I can build this out into my own, application where I can kind of, add in the features that Linear has, right? The workspace features I can add in. I could also add in Notion, right? A lot of all these features, they can all live inside this. That's more of a broader roadmap that I just have in my mind. But there's so much you can do with this, I feel. Okay, there's no direct messages that you can have, right? There's nothing in the inbox. There's nothing. You can just go ahead and build everything out, right? You can add one. You can update your status. It's very similar. The interface is very similar to Slack. I'm pretty sure they'll keep adding a lot of these features, guys. And because this is open source, just go ahead and add, create a PR and then just go ahead and add in their info, right? Okay. Let's check out the agents for now. Okay, there's Google CLI, Cursor is ready to use, Hermes is ready to use, but I'm not sure why it wasn't popping up. Okay, Codex also adapter needed. I can go ahead and install this as well, install Claude Code and Codex. But now let me just, okay, Fizz has been added by me. Okay, a buzz private relay. Okay, can I talk to, okay, Hermes is still not popping up. Hermes does not pop up just yet. Right up, Jarvis supported integration, Buzz launches an agent harness and streams channels through it. Jarvis Brain is currently running gateway services, so I'm checking whether Hermes already exposes ACP. I'm not sure what ACP is. I'll look. For now, let's just go ahead and set up the other agents which are right out for now. Okay, there's local archive, channel subscriptions, hosted communities, and there are templates which you can create. Reusable configuration, multiple templates, where you can create a workspace theme, agents, compute. Okay, this is the minimum compute that's recommended. Let me see, model Gemma 4. Okay, it adds a model, a local model. I don't really need a local model as of yet. And now experiments, okay, workflows. I am gonna turn on all of these experiments. Git repository, browser, collaboration. I have experiments. I want to test out as many, new features that come inside this, right? Now, let me just go back to settings again and mobile. Let me just go ahead and start pairing my mobile for now. Mobile. So right now it's just my phone. Let me just start downloading the app, which is the Buzz app, right? Buzz app. Yeah. And Buzz shows like a scan code here. Start a scan and start pairing. Right? That's basically how you do it. Again, okay, for some reason it could not reach the pairing. Check your internet connection. Okay, I'm going to work on that later. But that's how you pair your mobile phone. Appearance, okay, the GitHub is nice. GitHub default, a couple of appearances. You can of course customize this as you want. I'm going to keep it dark mode, and then this is good enough. Yeah, this is really good. Now let's check notifications. Okay, check agents again, and now adapter install guide. Okay, I do get a complete guide on how to go ahead and install your Claude agent ACP. So here's what we got to do right now. Let's go ahead and open Claude Code as well. Let me open a new window for now. I have a new window open. One second. Let me just go ahead and open Claude. Yeah, that's my Claude, right? Now that I have my Claude properly open, let me just go back here and click on install. Let's see if it can install the adapter for now. Let's see if it installs the adapter. Yeah, that's one. And you can also copy this, paste it on your Claude, and then just give it a prompt saying, I currently have Buzz app open on my Mac. Can you go ahead and connect yourself with the Buzz app? It says if you are ready here or not. So I just want to make sure you are here and properly working, because it still says there's some kind of configuration needed. So can you go ahead and connect yourself with this? It's asking for a custom model and everything, all of that. I do not want to, add in all the custom models. Can you go ahead and configure yourself inside the Buzz app right now and yourself Claude, and then install yourself inside the app. That's it. Now, once we give that a prompt, a Claude Code is going to figure it out, and then it'll just configure itself into one of this agent. It might even just go ahead and create a new agent, but let's see. Okay, on the Hermes bridge as well, Buzz will spawn a local Buzz ACP controller. So let me check what exactly this ACP thing is, right? What exactly is this ACP? ACP, yeah, let me check what that is. And yeah, that's how you guys do it right now, because it's very easy. I mean, it's easy, but it's definitely going to take you some time to, build this out, right? Figure out your entire, Buzz and, where exactly to host it and all of that. It does take some time, but it's going to figure it out, right? It's Agent Client Protocol. Got it. ACP stands for Agent Client Protocol. It's a standard connection between an AI agent interface and an actual agent runtime. That's amazing, because the Agent Client Protocol exists. We're able to, use this protocol inside of Buzz, and we're able to connect it with Buzz, right? So it's all because of something called as Agent Client Protocol. New that I just learned as well. So let me just go ahead and start this. I think that's definitely a really good protocol to build out many other applications as well, right? My next goal, I'm actually working on an application where it's a mobile application for fitness, to track your calories and talk to your agent directly. It's not going to have a separate agent. It's all going to be your Hermes agent itself. So your Hermes agent inside the mobile app and currently talking to it. So I might have to use something called as Agent Client Protocol to make this happen. But I think by and large, you guys might have got the idea on how to go ahead and install your entire Buzz app. right? So we went from nothing, went from scratch. Of course, the configuration is still something that you have to figure out. Configuration is definitely easy. I mean, if you were able to configure it as well. So this is how you go ahead and install the entire thing. As you can see, it's running on a VPS. The entire relay itself, the Nostr relay, that is running on my Jarvis Brain, but the front-end application is running on the desktop and they're connected with a WebSocket, right? So that's how it really works, and I think it's definitely a really good tool. Definitely a nice Slack alternative, because setting up agents on Slack is so tedious. You have to go create a Slack application, and then there's so much to do. Right now, it's so easy to go ahead and create an app. I think Slack might, change their interface. They might add all of this, but of course, it's owned by Salesforce, so I don't think they'll be even going open source. Buzz is open source, so you can, of course, create your own enterprise agents. You can do whatever you want. Okay, I see Jarvis is also now online. So I think Codex was able to go ahead and configure Jarvis. So let's do this one quick test. Let me just go to the general, and then let me just go ahead and tag in Jarvis. Where's Jarvis? Is Jarvis here in the channel? Yeah, I don't think Jarvis is here, but I was able to see it in the agent. Let me just say hi. Okay, Fizz. Wait, is Jarvis Fizz? Looks like Jarvis is Fizz, right? Okay, Jarvis is working. It's gonna give me some kind of activity. I think it's taking way too long to respond, but it's on its way. It's gonna respond. Usage, terminal, Buzz messages, content. Okay, that's the Hermes agent running, right? That's the entire Hermes agent running. So it was able to configure itself, which is pretty cool, right? Same thing inside this. Okay. Hey again, Fizz. It says managed by me. So the moment you hover on this, you can exactly see who manages this agent, right? You can see agent. I think these are all the kind of, messages which are very important, right? These are all the features that are important for the next phase, the next phase of communication, not just with humans, but with agents, and then teams built out by humans, but then it's all agents, right? End of the day, you really want to see who's accountable for what work has been done, and if one person is able to go ahead and do the work of 10 people with 10 different agents, then that's amazing. But of course, you need accountability in workspace as well, and I think it's a very timely thing what just happened right now. Okay, yeah, that's working. Yeah, I think it should be cool. I'm gonna wait for a couple more tweaks and verifications, and I think it's all gonna work out properly. Yeah, I think that's basically it. I think that was a good walkthrough on how to go ahead and start your entire server, install Fizz, and all of that, right? I think pretty cool. We went through a lot here, and it's definitely answering all of it. It's definitely taking some time to configure itself, but welcome to singularity, right? A lot of time it's asking for my password. I think Claude is also working on creating a version of itself inside this chat, right? But yes, I think it's gonna work. It's working on this, and yeah, that's about it. I think you guys enjoyed it. I think you guys learned something new on how to go ahead from a very simple repository and how to go ahead and install the entire repository, how exactly to install it, how to do the Tailscale configuration. One key pointer you can take away is don't do the desktop control, just use the CLI command line interface version, and that's about it. So that's all for the video, guys, and see you guys in the next one. And of course, if you want to learn more and get all these information on a daily basis into your inbox, subscribe to my newsletter at harshit.com/subscribe. See you.